The homeless boy's hands shook as he pressed down on the little girl's chest, desperately trying to keep her alive. He didn't notice the thunder of boots racing toward him. He didn't see the tattooed biker father barreling forward like a freight train, rage in his eyes. But what happened next shocked the entire town. The afternoon sun draped Maple Street in a warm, honey-gold glow, softening every edge of the small neighborhood. The cracked sidewalks seemed brighter, the faded mailboxes looked freshly painted, and the dandelions pushing through the concrete looked almost intentional, like tiny bursts of defiance. It was the type of day people take for granted, the peaceful kind that makes you believe nothing bad could ever happen here. At the center of that calm was 7-year-old Emma Shaw, pedaling her pink bicycle like she owned the whole world. Her curls bounced with each turn of the wheels, her white handlebar streamers fluttered like ribbons in the breeze, and her tiny bell chimed every time she passed a familiar spot. She knew every crack in the sidewalk, every loose stone, every yard where a friendly dog barked hello. This was her kingdom, and she ruled it with the carefree confidence only a truly safe child can possess. But Maple Street wasn't as empty as it looked. Hidden in the shadows between a dumpster and a rusted chain-link fence, a pair of watchful eyes followed her. 10-year-old Eli Martinez had learned to move silent, to become invisible when he needed to be, not by magic, but by survival. Somewhere between a childhood stolen by tragedy and nights spent sleeping in alleys, he became a ghost the world refused to see. He'd been living on the streets for 6 months. Before that, he bounced between foster homes that promised safety, but delivered bruises, fear, and the crushing certainty that he was unwanted. So he ran, choosing cold nights and empty stomachs over houses where kindness was conditional. The streets were brutal, but at least they were honest. Every day around this time, Emma passed the alley where Eli rested. She didn't know he existed, but Eli had memorized her routine, the ring of her bell, the bob of her curls, the tiny stuffed rabbit she carried in her basket. In a world that had taken everything from him, her joy was a reminder that good things still existed, even if not for him. Eli noticed it before anyone else. Emma's pedaling slowed, her face tightened, her hand drifted toward her chest. She blinked, confused, wobbling on her bike. Then the color drained from her cheeks. Something deep inside Eli snapped into focus. A memory, his mother collapsing in their tiny apartment 2 years ago, her hands clutching her chest. The panic, the helplessness. The way he screamed for help but didn't know what to do. He'd promised himself, never again. Emma swayed. The bike jerked left, then right. Then she tipped sideways like a puppet whose strings had been cut. No scream, no warning, just a thud, her small body hitting the pavement. Eli ran to her before he even realized his feet were moving. Hey, wake up, he whispered, voice cracking. Her eyes were closed, her body limp, her chest still, not breathing. Eli's heart pounded. Not again. Not another person dying in front of him. In the shelter months ago, a volunteer nurse named Ms. Chun had taught CPR. Eli remembered every detail, not because he expected to use it, but because he needed to believe he wouldn't be helpless if life struck him again. He tilted Emma's head back, checked her airway, placed his ear beside her mouth. Nothing. He pinched her nose and gave 2 rescue breaths. Her chest rose and fell faintly. Come on, he whispered, tears stinging his eyes. Don't die. He laced his fingers and placed his palms in the center of her chest. Hard and fast, Miss Chun had said. Push like their life depends on it. Because it does. He pressed. 1, 2, 3, 4. His arms trembled. 5, 6, 7, 8. His breath hitched. 9, 10, 11, 12. He kept going. He didn't notice the thunder of boots coming down the street. Didn't see the shadow that suddenly loomed over them. Didn't hear the roar of a voice until it was shaking the ground beneath him. Get away from my daughter! Eli froze mid-compression. A giant of a man in a leather vest, tattoos covering arms built like tree trunks, sprinted toward them, rage, fear, and pure adrenaline burning in his eyes. The back of his vest read, Hell's Angels, Vice President, Maple Street, Chapter Marcus Shaw. Emma's father. Eli's mind spun. Run? Speak? Freeze? Marcus grabbed Eli by his collar with terrifying force. "What are you doing to my little girl?" he bellowed. But before Eli could explain, before Marcus could tear him away, Emma gasped. A small, fragile, miraculous breath. Marcus froze. Emma's eyelids fluttered open. "Daddy!" The rage melted from Marcus's face, replaced by horror, relief, and shaking disbelief. He let go of Eli's.